Welcome to Code Crux. This is Mahesh Guyani, and in this video, I'll be talking about few defuzzification methods. The points I'm going to cover in this video would be what is fuzzification, what is defuzzification, why we need defuzzification, and that will be followed by discussion of some of the defuzzification methods. This concept is divided into two parts. In this particular video, I'll be covering methods like lambda cut method, maxima methods, and weighted average method. Whereas in second video of this concept, I'll be covering the important concepts like different centroid methods. This is the structure of entire fuzzy inference system. As we see that the crisp input comes from this fuzzifier. This fuzzifier will convert the crisp input into fuzzy input by applying some membership functions. We have already studied different membership functions. If you don't know, then I recommend you that please watch the video on fuzzy membership functions. The link is given in description box. Fuzzy inference system can only deal with fuzzy value, so it is important to convert this crisp input into the fuzzy input. Now, fuzzy inference system will use knowledge base and apply certain rules and convert this fuzzy input into some fuzzy output. The controller cannot understand this fuzzy output, so we need some mechanism which converts this fuzzy output into some crisp output. So the defuzzification is the process of converting the fuzzy output into the crisp output. For example, we might have a rule like if temperature is high, then rotate fast. If temperature is high, then turbine should rotate the throttle fast. But turbine cannot determine that how fast it should be, whether it should be 300 rpm, 700 rpm, or 1200 rpm. So this fuzzy output R fast needs to be converted into crisp value so that R fast will map to some number, maybe 500 or 450 or 750, so that turbine can work accordingly. Assume that we have two rules in our fuzzy system. Says if x is a bar, then y is c bar, and another rule says that if x is b bar, then y is d bar. So x corresponds to input, y corresponds to output. So here c bar, d bar, e bar, b bar are the fuzzy sets. Graphically, we can represent it like this. We have two input sets a bar and b bar and two output sets c bar and d bar. These rules are constructed from the known data or from the fact. So we already know the mapping that if value of x is a bar, then output is c bar, and if value of x is b bar, then output is d bar. So this is formulated from known data. So can we find out what would be the output if x is or input is some unknown value x dash? Two mappings we have. From that, we have to utilize that knowledge and we have to find out the crisp value for any other number. Can we do that? So as we can see that this x dash belongs to set a bar and b bar with certain membership values. So if we compute the output corresponding to a bar, which belongs to set c bar, then it would cover this much area of set c bar. Similarly, the x dash has some lower membership value in set b bar, and the output of this set corresponds to set d bar, and it is covering this much area because it is having that much membership into the set b bar. We have to take aggregate of these two output sets. We have to compute the area and we have to apply certain defuzzification method so that we can find out what will be the final corresponding crisp value to this union. We are going to study these methods of defuzzification. Lambda cut method, maxima method, and weighted average method will be covered in this part, and centroid methods I'll cover into the next video. Let's start our discussion with lambda cut method. I recommend you to watch the fuzzy terminology video before you proceed here, because the concepts of lambda cut or concepts of alpha cut I have already explained in that video. This is quite simple method. It is used to convert fuzzy set or fuzzy relation into crisp set or crisp relation. It is also known as alpha cut set method. It simply applies some threshold to the fuzzy set and convert it into the crisp set. The crisp set A lambda is derived from fuzzy set A bar by applying threshold lambda such that it would be collection of all the elements x from A bar whose membership value is always greater than or equal to lambda. So we simply have to put the threshold on fuzzy set A bar, and those elements who satisfy the threshold will be the part of the crisp set A lambda. Consider the set A bar is like this, where denominator represents elements and the numerator represents the membership value of those elements in set A bar. If we take lambda is equal to 1, then the crisp set A lambda is equal to A1 would contain only one element, that is x1, because x1 has membership greater than or equal to 1 in the given fuzzy set. In identical way, if we apply lambda is equal to 0.5, then crisp set corresponding to that would be A 0.5, which includes elements x1 and x2 from A bar, because only those two elements are having membership value greater than or equal to 0.5. In same way, we can apply any value of lambda and we can derive crisp set from the given fuzzy set. We can also convert fuzzy relation into crisp relation by applying the same principle. Crisp relation R lambda is given as collection of tuples x comma y such that the membership value of tuple x comma y in fuzzy set R bar should be greater than or equal to lambda. So consider this fuzzy relation given to us. If we compute R 0.8, so that crisp relation will include only those elements whose membership value is greater than or equal to 0.8 in R bar. As only these three elements are satisfying that condition, they will be full member of R 0.8, rest will not be the part of that. And in similar way, we can change the lambda and we can compute different crisp relation from the given fuzzy relation. Let us talk few properties of lambda cut sets. If we compute the lambda cut of a union of two fuzzy set, it is equivalent to first you apply the lambda cut on individual sets and then you perform the union operation of that. It is identical for the intersection operation also. However, if you first take the complement of set and then you find the lambda cut of that, is not same as first you find the lambda cut and then you apply the complement on that. It is only true for lambda is equal to 0.5. For rest of other values of lambda, this won't be true in general. Let A lambda 1 and A lambda 2 represents crisp sets derived using lambda 1 and lambda 2. So if lambda 1 is greater than or equal to lambda 2, then A lambda 1 set will be always subset of A lambda 2. Let us talk about different maxima methods. So the first one is the height method, which is also known as max membership principle. Throughout the discussion of a fuzzy inference system and defuzzification methods, we will be using notation x star to represent the crisp value corresponding to the aggregate of the fuzzy output functions. Height method will compute the crisp value from the given aggregate of the fuzzy output. It will find out such a point x star whose membership value will be always greater than or equal to membership value of all other points into the given fuzzy set. So our fuzzy set C bar is union of three fuzzy sets C1 bar, C2 bar and C3 bar, which are triangular functions. And the point x star, as you can see that it is having the highest membership value among all the points in the domain capital X. So if we consider any x on this x-axis, will have membership value definitely less than or equal to this x star. It is quite simple to find the crisp value using the height method. However, this is not that much efficient method and it is only applicable when height in the fuzzy set is unique. Consider this example where we have a three peaks, or it is a union of three triangular fuzzy membership output functions. One at x is equal to 1, x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 5.5. All are having a different membership value, but as per the definition of height method, it will return 5.5 as the crisp output of this fuzzy output set. First of maxima method will determine the smallest value in the domain having the maximum membership value. As you can see in this diagram, this span is having the highest membership value. The first of maxima method will return the minimum x whose membership value is maximum, and hence this point will be returned as a crisp value. Mathematically, we can define FOM, that is first of maxima x star, is equal to minimum x such that the membership value of x is equivalent to the height of the set or the maximum membership of the set. Last of maxima will determine the largest value of the domain having the highest membership value. As you can see in this diagram, this particular region is having the highest membership value and this x is having the highest value among them. So this point will be written as a crisp value. Mathematically, we can say that LOM, that is last of maxima, is x star, is such a highest point x whose membership value is the height of the set. In this fuzzy output function, we have a two picks with identical membership value, one at 1 and one at x is equal to 6. So first of maxima will return value 1 as the crisp output and last of maxima will return 6 as the crisp output. You can see that these both methods are returning quite different number as a crisp value. Middle of maxima method finds the middle of maximum elements who are having the highest membership value. Let M represents all the points in the fuzzy outputs having maximum membership value. So this span represents M. Crisp value for this is computed by taking the average of all these points, that is x star is summation of all the points in this M divided by the size of M, where M is collection of such a point whose membership value is height of the set, or we can say that M is a set of points having the highest membership value. However, this method is applicable only if the function is symmetric, otherwise it is not applicable. Consider this is the aggregation of three fuzzy outputs and this span represents points having the maximum membership value in the given set. Middle of maxima we can compute by simply taking the average of first of maxima and last of maxima, that is a plus b by 2. It results into 3.5, or we can sum up all the elements in this span, that is 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and we can divide it by total number of elements in that span, that is divided by 4. That is also equivalent to 3.5. So in both way we can compute the middle of maxima. Consider the fuzzy set Young, which is defined as x is equal to 15, its membership value is 0.5, then 20, 0.8, 25, 0.8, and so on. We have to find out the crisp value corresponding to this fuzzy set using first of maxima, last of maxima, and middle of maxima. If we observe carefully in this set, then this and this elements are having the highest membership value in given set. So if we compute the first of maxima, then it will return 20 as crisp output because it is having the highest membership value and it is having the minimum x into this span. And the last of maxima will return value 25 because 25 is having the highest membership value and it is the largest element into the span. And middle of maxima we can compute by taking the average of first of maxima and last of maxima, that is 20 plus 25 divided by 2, that is 22.5. The weighted average method, it is also known as Sugeno defuzzification method because the Sugeno method employs the weighted average method to compute the crisp output. It computes the crisp value by taking the weighted average of each function in the output by its membership value. We need to compute the center of the output functions and we have to multiply them with the membership value of that particular shape or the function. X star is defined by summation of membership value of the center element of the set Ci with the element itself, and that will be divided by the membership value of center element of all the sets. This procedure will result approximately close to center of highest area method, but the thing is that this weighted average method is quite simple. It is computationally less intensive compared to COA method. However, it has a restriction that it can be only applied if fuzzy output functions are symmetric. Let us have this function as an aggregated output function, which is union of two trapezoidal functions. The center of these trapezoidal functions are 3 and 7 respectively, and then their membership values are 0.7 and 1 respectively. We can compute the crisp value using weighted average method by taking the multiplication of center value with its membership value divided by the summation of its membership value. So that would be 0.7 into 3 plus 1.0 into 7 divided by 0.7 plus 1.0, which will yield into 5.941. This is the summary of all the methods we have discussed so far. That height method will return a point which is having the highest membership value compared to all the other points. First of maxima, we will return such a minimum point whose membership value is equal to height of the set. Last of maxima, we will return the maximum point whose membership value is height of the set. Middle of maxima will be the average of first of maxima and last of maxima. And weighted average method will simply weight the center of the function with its membership value and it will take the average of that. That's it for today, folks. See you in next video. If you think this video was useful to you, then please like, comment and share. Don't forget to subscribe the channel Codecrafts. Press the bell icon for the notification of latest videos. Stay connected, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.